this video, we're going to discuss setting up the intercom and paging functions on your OneTalk desk phone. Depending on your phone model, the layout may be a little bit different, but the steps should largely be the same. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to quickly describe what these features are. The intercom function allows you to speak over someone else's phone speaker without needing to dial or wait for a ring. This is sometimes referred to as buzzing or paging. However, in this context, paging is a little bit different in that it refers to the practice of speaking out over multiple phone speakers at one time. Essentially, intercom is a one-to-one function and paging is one-to-all. So we're going to start by going to the Features tab. You're going to want to use the directional arrow keys to navigate down to the intercom option and then press OK. We want to make sure Accept Intercom is set to Enabled and Intercom Mute is set to Disabled. Then we'll press Save and return to the home screen. This will need to be done on all phones that will be using this function. Now we're going to press and hold one of the soft keys next to an empty space on our phone's home screen. You should see where it says Type NA. Press Switch until it changes to Intercom. Use those directional arrow keys to navigate down to the Label field. This is where you're going to name this button. You can label it Intercom or Buzz or whatever works best for you. Then go down to the Value field. You have two options here. You can leave this field blank, then save it. That way you could just press your intercom key whenever you want to intercom someone and just type in their extension. Alternatively, you can key in a specific OneTalk phone number or extension if you want this intercom button to always go to the same person. With this method, you may need to create multiple intercom buttons for different users. Choose what works best for you. Now if we return to our home screen, we can see that intercom key. Now let's move on to paging. I'm going to switch this back to NA. We're going to go back into Features and use those directional arrows to go down to Paging. We want to set both Paging and Accept Paging to Enabled. This will need to be done on all phones that will be using this function. So now we'll save and return to the home screen. Depending on your phone model, this may have automatically created a paging button for you. If not, press and hold one of those soft keys next to an empty space and switch the type until it shows Paging. Save it, and you'll see that button populate in that space. Now, whenever you'd like to send out a page, you can just press your paging key and speak. As a final note, I would like to point out that these functions only work if all phones are on the same network. If you have phones on network A, for instance, they will not be able to communicate via intercom and paging with the phones on network B. Thank you for watching.